Hello everyone, Andre from Survival Zone Africa. Thanks for popping in. Today I'm going to talk to you about headlamps. Now I've been using a normal headlamp for the last couple of years in my EDC bag, but also I've been using this particular one when I went out hunting, fishing, and it really served me well. That wasn't an expensive one. It is called the Durastar LED headlamp. You can see it. I mean, it's been on the market for a couple of years. I'm not even sure if you can get these anymore, but they weren't expensive at all. I think I paid in the region of about 110 Rand for this, but it, again, you know, for what it was, it served me okay. But it was time for me to upgrade, and I really wanted something that was good quality, you know, very high lumen output, and just something compact and overall good quality. So I ended up in Outdoor Warehouse the other day, and my eye caught, I was actually going through their LED lenser products. They've got a nice range of LED lenser torches and all of that, and they had a range of headlamps called the SEO range. Now I'm not familiar with LED lenser in total, but I believe it is a German manufacturer, and I've heard very good stories of friends that actually has the product. So I thought, okay, well, let me go and see what this is about. So I went and I bought the SEO7R. Now this is the top of the range model, and nice thing about this particular one is that it is actually USB rechargeable. It comes with a lithium ion pack, and if you can just quickly see at the back there, it opens up and there's actually the little rechargeable for the USB. So that's a very good point in my opinion. So you can recharge it and so on. All in all, the material of this, I mean, you can see it's German manufactured. I mean, just the technology and the all in all what this is made of. I mean, it's made of some sort of hard plastic, but it's very good quality. There you can actually see the name SEO7R, and I do believe that little numbers over there, that might just be a serial number, and right at the top it says LED lenser over there. Now when you put this on your head, and this is another cool feature that I really liked, is the whole head can actually rotate to an almost, it's not quite a 90-degree angle, but when it's on your forehead, you know, it actually gives you a very nice space of light when you need it for. Another cool function is this head can actually turn. Now it's called the Advanced Focus System. Now what this basically does is it gives you a flat beam, all right, that is basically a very wide flat beam, or when you can actually turn it, it gives you a very long focused, you know, main beam. And the manual actually says that it can reach up to 130 meters. So we'll see. I haven't really tested this out, so we're gonna see tonight when it's dark, you know, how this actually performs. It's got a very nice, it's got one LED light right in the middle over there. Now this is 220 lumens at basically 5 hours, and at its lowest output of 20 lumens, that can actually go on to 20 hours. So let's quickly look at what else this has got. I mean, even the headband. I mean, the headband on this is basically a very nice, high quality stretching type of material. All right, it is adjustable for your head, and it's also got a very nice little carabiner over there, so you can strap it to your backpack or strap it to your belt. Very nice. And the nice thing also is the weight. I mean, this is only about 93 grams. Now the way this works is it's actually getting a little used to, because it's got a couple of settings that you need to actually play with to actually get used to it. But basically, if you press it once, it gives you the maximum output. You've got to press it again for the lower output, and then there's another, and see, I missed it over there. So it's one, higher, lower again, and then if you press it again, it gives you the basically a pulse. Now, in an emergency situation, this can be very helpful in my opinion. And then if you press it again, it's off, and then if you press it again and you hold it in, the red LED light actually comes on, and if you press that again, it gives you the red pulse. So again, you know, very, very convenient if you may be in a situation where you're in an emergency. Very nice. But also the, you know, the red, now this basically is an anti-glare red LED light. So if you're in the dark and you may be at the water, maybe fishing, this works extremely well. I mean, you know, you've got just enough light to see what you're doing, maybe if you know, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're fishing. But very, very, very nice little function. So yeah, what we're going to basically do is, what's the time now? It is still a couple of hours before dark. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stop tape quickly, and we are going to see what this does. I'm going to show you how this works at night, and then I'll come back and give you my final conclusion on this little headlamp. All right. Hello everyone. Let's quickly see how this LED light work. It is the SEO7R, and unfortunately the lighting conditions isn't what I would have, you know, hoped for, but unfortunately this is all that we've got at the moment. So let's quickly see. I'm gonna turn this on. All right, now let's quickly do this at 220 lumens. Now that is at its strongest, you know, the beam that actually, now again they say about 130 meters. That building over there, that is a good 110 meters in my opinion. So very, very bright indeed. I'm gonna turn it. Now again, this is now obviously to give you the wide angle, and again, as you can see, that is really, my goodness, that is almost, that's about 40 meters in my opinion. So very good, very wide. Alright, so let's quickly do this again. I'm going to switch it off, and let's see if I can get the red light going. Again, that's for the red light. So if you're in a situation where you may be out fishing or in a boat, and it gives you just enough light that you can actually do what you need to do. So very, very nice. And also, if you, let's quickly see, if you press it again, then it gives you the red pulse. So very, very effective in my opinion. So yeah, you know, let's see if we can get this to the full function mode. Alright, so now again, that's at the wide angle, just once more. And that's really, you know, to that, I don't know if you can see that green light in the foreground over there. That green light, that's about 70-80 meters away. So if you focus it in, we go around to that building over there, that is definitely, that's over 100 meters over there, and you can really, really see how bright that is. So yeah, very, very nice little torch. Alright, so let's quickly cut tape and then go inside, and I'll give you my final conclusion. Alright, so that actually went well, the testing of the SEO7R headlamp by LED Lenser. And just another thing that I actually forgot to mention earlier is it comes with its own battery pack, but that's not the only cool thing. You know, it also uses 3 normal AAA batteries, you know. So if the battery pack that it actually comes with is flat, you know, you can actually use 3 normal AAA batteries, which I mean that's a good idea. I mean, you can have a couple of these in your backpack, you know, have it around, so you don't really just have to rely on your battery pack. Another thing that I actually picked up while I was charging the battery pack that this actually comes with. It comes with, while you're charging it, you get a little red light that actually glows, and when it's fully charged, that red light actually right next to it is a green light, so you can see when it's fully charged. But you know, like I said, you can use 3 normal AAA batteries as well that you can use, you know, to fit in, you know, if you don't have your battery pack with you. So that's another very, very cool function that I think that this headlamp has got. Another thing that I picked up, and that was really by chance, when I came in from the house after testing it, the light was it was actually on its lowest level, and I walked into a dark room and all of a sudden it actually light up, and I thought, yeah, hang on, what did I do now? So I went back to the manual and I checked it out, and it's got a function called Optisense Technology, and basically what this does is it senses the light in your surroundings and adjusts its brightness, automatically helping you to actually save battery life. And I mean, that's a cool feature, because I mean, all of this happens basically hands-free. If this is on your head, and it automatically adjusts. Like I said, it only happened when it was at its lowest beam at 20 lumens. When I walked into a dark room, it actually lit up to its maximum capacity. So I thought that was a real bonus. So my final conclusion on the SEO7R from LED Lenser, very nice. I would really highly recommend you going out, getting yourself a torch like this, and also for the price. I paid in the region of about R1,000 for this, and it's really money well spent. Who would this be for? Well, like I said, I personally, I'm an outdoor enthusiast. I would definitely use this when I go fishing, when I go hunting. You can use this as a backpacker, I would imagine, if you're a trail runner maybe. Even in the suburbs, if you're jogging at night, I mean, this would really give you enough light for you to see where you're going, and also you will be visible enough for oncoming traffic, so definitely this will be a winner in my opinion for anybody. And again, the function of the red LED light, that you can use that even in an emergency situation, where you can actually put this in your backpack, put this in your car, take the batteries out. Like I said, it uses normal AAA batteries as well, 3 of them. So in an emergency situation, this will be 100%. But all in all, if you want a good, lightweight, good quality headlamp, then definitely this is what you need to go for. The other quick thing also is you get them in different colors. Remember, you get a SEO3, which is I believe that's the green one. I think that's only just the lumen output on that, is because that is actually the entry level one. And then you get a grey and a red, I believe. Now, I do believe that those are actually the same. And then this one is obviously the 7R, and it's obviously just because it's actually rechargeable, and it's it uses a USB port as well. But yes, highly recommended in my opinion. So and also it's water resistant. It's water resistant is actually IPX6. Now that's just a normal standard that they use to actually test these things. So all in all, this is definitely a winner in my opinion. So yeah, that is the LED Lenser SEO7R. You can find them at Outdoor Warehouse. I do believe Cape Union Mart has got them as well. So please go and check them out. It's a really good product. Yes, please check us out on Facebook as well. Please subscribe to the channel. It's much appreciated. Also go to our blog. It's survivalzoneafrica.blogspot.com. Also on Twitter, at SZone Africa. So yeah, that's another review for you. Until next time, thank you.